Okay, I've had Google Glass for about like 2 months now, and as a developer, I've been studying different possible applications for the new wearable, and it definitely is significantly different than, say, a cell phone that you're holding in your hand. This is a hands-free kind of thing. Also, it's always there, always ready, so you don't have to stop or do anything but swipe or tap, or later eye blink or issue a command like, stop recording video, but it of course still is, and do things like that. So you have voice commands, hands-free, always ready, but not always on, because there's significant issues with battery life and heating that still have to be solved. And those can be solved by an additional hardware device, a hat, a smart hat, if you will, that provided extensive battery power, solar charging, as well as normal charging, and a quick detachable connector from the hat to glass, so you don't have to pull glass out and look at it and then plug it in with two hands. You can just snap it on and snap it off. So I don't know how that's going to be done. That's pretty tricky. So that's one of the things kind of holding us back, and also manufacturing risks. These are never actually manufactured things. As a maker, I can make things, but manufacturing is sort of like making. It's complicated and it's expensive and it's risky. But ultimately, it could be the avenue or the pathway to significant profits. But right now we have to choose and focus on an idea that is both doable, affordable, and scalable. So I've written some criteria that you have to match against with this idea on one of the blog posts externally on Blogger called, I think it's Glass Palace. I'll post a link in the article post with this video. So basically, Glass is a new device that has a new screen format and a new way of interfacing that you have to design to. So you should be reading the GDK design guidelines, and I would say guidelines, okay? Okay, so that said, what else can I say about Glass? Okay, other ideas that have come up are this idea that if the microphone were directional, then it might be possible to do hearing impaired captioning. So basically, the microphone is your ear, and then it's going to be displayed in a caption. So what I'm saying right now, hello there, how are you, is in a caption that the deaf person can read instead of hear. Okay, so it sort of becomes, a visual ear, if you will. And so that kind of app is very doable. I'm wondering if many people have thought of it. Probably some. Also, moving touch voice to the device is interesting, because you're going to then substitute a person's voice with movements of the head around like this, with a little cross pointer in the center, selecting out the word sequences that get spoken. But when they're spoken, they're not spoken into the person's ear, or maybe they are in addition to being spoken to an external, probably Bluetooth or wireless speaker system. Okay, which I'm not going to try to design or build. I can only recommend, per se. So that's the advantage to this idea. But the market segment is much smaller. I mean, it's not like a mass market item, so the price has to be higher on the per app purchase cost. So that all has to be figured out for probably the new Touch Voice Plus, as well as the interface and migrating the code over, which I estimate is somewhere around 4 months of coding. Because I have to learn the new GDK, and then I have to experiment with it enough to actually get this interface working. But it would really be nice and cool to have Touch Voice on glass as glassware, and on you know, of course, the Android tablets and phones, and then also on the iPad is in an old version, which seriously needs to be upgraded. So I have to figure out how to do that. So I'm also looking for a coder who's an iOS experienced app developer. So you need to be able to read and translate developer Frank Wise's code over to an enhanced version that matches the feature set of Touch Voice Plus on the Android platform. So that said, that's on the plate for this year. So the new startup, Smart Glass Apps. It's going to be a brand name for doing these things, moving Touch Voice over, experimenting, you know, with other apps that can make money. Okay, so we're becoming more of a mobile app business these days rather than just a specific business that does one type of app. So I don't know if that's you know, the old adage, you know, do one thing really well, and the world will come to your door. That's the way I've been approaching it so far, but maybe now I'm going to actually add to it, do one thing really well as best you can while you're doing another. Anyway, all right, so is there anything else to add to this video? We're in William Land Park here in Sacramento. Let's see if we can sneak up on this squirrel who knows I'm coming. Hello, squirrel. He's going to attack me. Don't you dare film me with Google Glass. What the hell is that thing on your head? Are you nuts? No, that's me. I'm eating one. Hi there. Cool. I don't want to scare him off. Her off. Okay. So we got clouds today. Really nice and pretty. And it's really nice here in the park. A little noisy because we've got like a lot of traffic here. I'm going to walk further into the park where it's quieter. But I'm not sure how long I can keep recording with this Video Black app, which is not the normal app because of hacked Glass. So it took us quite a while to hack Glass, by the way. And they recently pushed an update out. So this being, let's see the date here. This being Tuesday, April 22nd at 12:50 p.m. About half a week ago, they pushed an update out, which I didn't get, which failed. And it probably had to do with the fact that I'm rooted and I'm hacked and for Glass and stuff. And Sean and I had been discussing whether or not we should go back to factory settings for the update. I'm not sure. So I'm going to read some blog posts and see what they added, what they changed. There should be some information out there by now and make a decision that way. Most likely, ultimately, as the Glass operating system, Glass OS, Glass, whatever, is upgraded by Google, and then also, you know, all the new stuff that's going to eventually be out in the Glassware App Store, whatever they call it. It'll probably be an extension or branded as the Play Store, so just a different device for Google. Maybe it should be a standalone product and sell its own separate standalone store. That would be my advice to Google, but who are they to take my advice? All right, so I think that wraps it up. We're looking for Glassware developers. Hope you got a lot of information from this video, and you're interested in working with us, and we can work with you, and everything will be great. All right, happy days. See you later. Some interesting things are to come.